This is a male peafowl, also referred to as a peacock. It is India's national bird. The other one with the smaller tail is a female peafowl, also referred to as a peahen. The peacock has an iridescent blue and green plumage. The feathers are marked with eyespots, best seen when it fans out its tail. The tail feathers can reach up to 6 feet long, contributing up to 60% of its body weight. Despite these odd proportions, the peacock is able to fly. This is an old video shot in a friend's backyard where a wild peacock couple decided to stop by. Peacocks, often a symbol of pride and vanity, were believed to deliberately consume poisonous substances in order to become immune to them, as well as to make the colors of their magnificent plumage all the more vibrant, seeing as so many poisonous flora and fauna are so colorful. So, what makes some of the peacock's feathers so brilliant? Microscopic structures that reflect different wavelengths of light depending on how they are spaced, resulting in bright fluorescent colors. Hummingbirds and shimmering butterflies demonstrate a similar visual effect on their own wings. The males are larger and heavier than females. The male typically measures 100 to 115 centimeters in body length, extending to an incredible 195 to 225 centimeters with its tail train. The males weigh around 4 to 6 kilos. The females measure around 95 centimeters in total length and weigh around 2.75 to 4 kilos. The peacock's main call has been described as harsh, powerful, trumpet-like sound. Peafowl are forest birds that nest on the ground but roost in the trees. They are terrestrial feeders. The females are not nearly as lavish as their male counterparts. However, they're still large and beautiful birds. With soft brown chestnut plumage, a metallic green neck, and a distinctive head crest. Peacocks are polygamous and mate with 3 to 5 females in one breeding season. The female incubates and raises the chicks on her own without assistance from the male. In common with other members of the Galliformes, that is, heavily bodied ground feeding birds, the males possess metatarsal spurs or thorns on their legs, used during intraspecies territorial fights. Peafowl are omnivorous and mostly eat plants, flower petals, seed heads, insects, and other arthropods, reptiles, and amphibians. Wild peafowl look for food by scratching around in leaf litter either early in the morning or at dusk. They retreat to the shade and security of the woods for the hottest part of the day. These birds are not picky and will eat almost anything they can fit in the beak and digest. They actively hunt insects like ants, crickets, and termites, millipedes and other arthropods, and sometimes even small mammals. Indian peafowl also eats small snakes. Domesticated peafowl may also eat bread, cracked grain such as oats and corn, cheese, cooked rice, and sometimes even cat food. It has also been noticed by keepers that peafowl enjoy protein-rich food, including larvae that infest granaries, different kinds of meat, and fruit, as well as vegetables including dark leafy greens, broccoli, carrot, beans, beets, and peas. The peafowl is native to India and significant in its culture. In Hinduism, the Indian peacock is the mount of the god of war, Kartikeya, and the warrior goddess Kumari, and is also depicted around the goddess Santoshi. During a war with Asuras, Kartikeya split the demon king Surapadman in half. Out of respect with his adversary's prowess in battle, the god converted the two halves into an integral part of himself. One half became a peacock serving as his mount, and the other a rooster adorning his flag. The peacock displays the divine shape of Omkara when it spreads its magnificent plumes into the full blown circular form. Goddess Saraswati, a Hindu deity of knowledge and art, is also associated with a peacock. The peacock serves as a mount symbolizing her connection with beauty, creativity, and wisdom. Peacock feathers also adorn the crest of the god Krishna. Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan Empire, was born an orphan and raised by a family of farming peacocks. According to the Buddhist tradition, the ancestors of the Maurya kings had settled in a region where peacocks, Mora in Pali, were abundant. The evolution of peacock's plumage has been a subject of scientific debate for centuries. Some of the possible explanations are sexual selection. Peacocks evolved their feathers to attract peahens, who prefer males with more eyespots and brighter colors. This theory was proposed by Charles Darwin and is supported by some experimental evidence. The second theory is handicap principle. Peacocks evolved their feathers to signal their fitness and quality to peahens, who can infer that a male with such a costly and conspicuous trait must have good genes and health. This theory was proposed by Ahmad Zahawi and is based on the idea that honest signals are those that are hard to fake or maintain. The third theory is multiple causality. Peacocks evolved their feathers due to a combination of factors such as sexual selection, natural selection, genetic drift, and developmental constraints. This theory acknowledges the complexity and diversity of evolutionary forces and outcomes. Recording bird sounds has always been challenging for me due to noise of pollution from construction sites and traffic. I aim to enrich my calm playlist with more authentic and natural sounds of birds in nature. I appreciate your attention and support if you watch this video till the end, as it boosts my channel's visibility and reach on YouTube. Please consider subscribing.